Morena tātou, I'm going to kick things off today. We have a cast of thousands, we have choirs, we have representatives of many panels. Morena to my good mate Barry de Geest, representing the disability panel, and we've even got on the screen in front of you, now smiling fortunately, Professor Pio, Edwina Pio from Oxford. Believe it or not, that's Oxford in England. It looks like it's sunny beside you, but it should be dark over there at this time of night, but magic of TV. A couple of reminders. The meeting is being live webcast to thousands, no doubt. We have electronic meeting attendance protocols in place, and I would ask that you observe them. Please be those present in the meeting, please ensure your phone is turned off, or at least on silent. I'll get Councillor Sandra to announce who's online. In fact, I think I know. We've got Darby, Newman, Watson, Fooley online. We have a group of students from Glenbrae School who I met. Where are you, kids? Stand up and wave. I met them, the one I told them about that education is important, and I stood beside one and said, I'll stand beside the short one, and he told me he's going to be taller than me later in life, so he's good on him. They're visiting us today with Councillor Bartley, and they'll be here for a short time until they're bored. That won't be long. I'd also like to welcome Mayor Toby Adams. Where are you, Toby? Another one there in the front there, representing the Mayor of the Hauraki District Council. I actually know where that is, as opposed to poor old... Don't say it. And Nicola McDonald, the co-chair, is representing the Hauraki Gulf Forum, and they're going to be speaking to us shortly. And today we're going to do something different. I opened the lift and there was a protest group who turned out to be the choir, actually, which is much better. We've just hosted the choir games, and it's good that we have a councillor group choir. At least a councillor are committed to that group is doing shared services, seriously. I'm going to hand over to the Deputy Mayor, who had a lot to do with the choir and the choir games, and so and then they're going to entertain us. So, Deputy Mayor, please.
Thanks, Your Worship. Look, when we heard that we'd won the bid for the choir games, the wonderful people who work for Auckland Council and myself decided that we should lead by example and form a choir. This is something that we hadn't done before. We wanted to prove to the world that we're part of the bid and that we can sing too. So we put a note out through the internal Teams link inside council asking who wanted to be part of it, and we got a huge response, I think just under 100. And so we got together and we worked really hard at what will sound pretty gorgeous and takes a lot of work. It's a lot harder than it sounds. And we chose 3 songs. Our point of difference in the world is, of course, our Māori culture. And so the first song that we decided to put together was a song called Waiata called Toku Reo, which is the importance of keeping the Māori language alive. And what better way to do that would be through song. So that was our first song. So we are now going to sing for you Toku Reo.
Melody. Toku reo toku o hoho, mapihi maurea, whakakai marihi.
So the second song we're going to do is another point of difference in the world, is the fact that, of course, we are the biggest Polynesian city in the world. So our second song we're going to sing for you is a Samoan song called Minoi Minoi.
And to keep us warm as per the DM's instructions, rub your hands together, which is called mili. We're going to make ourselves really nice and warm. Second, third, fourth row, I can't see you rubbing your hands. There you go. When I say patia, you clap once. Patia! Patia! And I say pati, lua. Lua pati is two claps. Lua pati! Lua pati! And when I say hey, hey, you say ho. Hey, hey! Ho! Hey, hey! Ho! Phonetics matter. Thank you very much.
We're just having a short break while we reset the table and to remind everybody that you're not supposed to have that much fun here. Morena Tato, I'm going to recommence the meeting. Sandra will announce the apologies.
We have an apology for early departure from Councillor Foley.
That's it?
That's it.
I fancy that. All right. Someone's got to move and accept the apologies. Bingo and bingo. Thank you, two ladies. All those in favour, please say aye. Carried. At this stage, I'm just going to acknowledge the passing of Colin Maiden, who was a very important person after whom we've named parks, who was not many people get to have a park named after them while they're still alive, actually, and he managed to do that. He was an important civil engineer who I knew for a long time as an engineer. He was one of the elder engineers, encouraged us younger engineers. There was a time when I was a younger engineer and we looked up to Colin Maiden, and he was also a tennis player, which I shared in common with him. And he lived a long and fulsome life, wrote books, had opinions, and was well remembered, certainly by those of us from my profession. I know that Deputy Mayor Deasley wants to say a few words about him as well, but he was a person that was well regarded, and a person I regarded as a friend, and he was kind of a mentor to me in certain ways. Deasley.
Thank you, Mayor. Look, I would love to join you in acknowledging the passing of Sir Colin, who died peacefully in his sleep, aged 91. You've mentioned a lot about his history, but he was the longest serving Vice-Chancellor of the University of Auckland. And yes, we have Colin Maiden Park, which is in St John's, borders between Councillor Josephine Bartley's area and my own. And I also want to acknowledge it because there are a number of people who sit around this table who were responsible for ensuring that Colin Maiden Park remained open space for recreation in perpetuity, because of course it was originally owned, the land was originally owned by the university. and they could have sold the land for intensive housing. And in fact, in the draft unitary plan, it was covered in terraced housing and apartments. So I thought it would be appropriate. Sir Colin was always very, very grateful to Auckland Council for those people who sat around this table and ensured that sport and recreation and healthy young people and not so young people could stay in Auckland, and the 20-odd hectares of that park, I think, is testament to that. So I would invite you to stand, please, for a minute's silence for Sir Colin. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, a couple of process things. Any declarations of interest in particular? None. Confirmation of the minutes of the last meeting. A mover and a seconder, please, for that. Deputy Mayor and myself, all those in favour, please say aye. Contrary carried. Public input. Now, we have had 3 requests for public input today.